If you are not making the sales you are wanting to from your Instagram, there is a reason why, and we're going to talk through exactly what that is today and what you can do about it. There are usually 3 reasons which I will see for why people are not making sales in their Instagram. So we're going to go through exactly what those 3 reasons are and break those down. So first off, if you are a little bit like this with your Instagram at the moment and why you're not making sales and you're confused, why you're not seeing the numbers you're wanting, there is a specific reason, and that is the first really helpful thing to realize, is that there is a reason. It's not just luck, it's not just it's not working for you. There's a reason, and all we need to do is find why it's happening and then implement the solution, and we can really quickly fix that, and things can turn around so quickly with this. I've seen it so many times with my clients, so you're all good. Watch this video, figure out which of these 3 is most applicable for you, and then we'll give you the solution for that as well. So if you've been posting for months, if you have been putting in the work, putting in the hard grind, and you haven't seen the sales you're wanting to, there's a reason. The formula when we look at it for sales is so simple, and I want to put this in before we go through these reasons because it's just so helpful for us to realize how simple this actually is. Step 1, we have a person with a problem. Step 2, we're providing free content around the first steps of that problem, showing them, hey, I can help you with this, starting to give them a little taste of what we could provide for them. Step 3, put really simply, we then sell our offer. That fully solves the problem for them. They've already realized, wow, this person can help me with this certain thing. I found their advice really helpful so far. So yeah, I'll sign up for that program that can fully help me with this full transformation, solving this problem, etc. So when we break it down, this is obviously really simplified version, but sales is really simple, and it's helpful for us just to realize that it's not some big complex myth, a big problem we need to figure out. It's really simple, and sometimes we just need to go back to these simple roots. So there is a disconnect somewhere within one of these areas if you are not posting and seeing sales, and we're going to go through what that could actually be and where that could be coming from. So as I said, there's 3 main reasons why I see from all my experience working with over 75 one-to-one clients why service providers usually don't see the sales that they want from Instagram. The very first reason, and perhaps the biggest one I would say, is messy messaging. So when your messaging is all over the place, as here, you can see how it is confusing when your messaging is really messy. If someone who does not know you is going to your page, they're exploring around a little bit, and they're kind of just confused by what you're doing. Why should they even stick around? What it is exactly you help with. This post suggests it's a little bit of this, but this other one says something completely different. They're not going to stick around. They're going to focus on someone who can very clearly articulate their problem and very clearly show that they can provide a solution to their problem. They're going to go with someone else, and when we're in a market where there is a lot of competition, that's not what we want to happen. We want to make sure we are as clear as possible. So if I cannot go to your page and in 10 seconds of just scrolling through things, just seeing what I see straight away, can understand clearly how you can actually help me, what you can actually help me with, and whether I actually want what you're offering, we need to get clearer here. If your ideal client is coming to your page and is being a little bit confused, we need to get clearer. We oftentimes will try and really be creative, especially with our content, and we'll think every single time I need to do a post, it needs to be something revolutionary, something brand new, something I've never said before. That is completely wrong. We do not want to be doing this, okay? Yes, be creative, but really, we just need some of that repetition a lot of the times to make our messaging really clear. So we want to make sure that when we're posting, our audience knows exactly what we talk about. They know exactly what we're helping people with, and it's just so crystal clear for them. So instead of trying to say a brand new thing every single post, really get clear on what is your niche, what are the things we're speaking about, and repetition with those. Share about the same types of things so people can actually know you for something, because if no one knows you for anything, then they're not going to be following you. They're not going to see you as the expert who can help you with this thing, because you've talked about 500 different things. Why would they see you as an expert in one of these? And we really want to make sure that we are, as I said, not just mentioning a new thing every 3 seconds. We want to make sure we're really sticking with something. We're really holding consistent with that messaging. You can see, for example, if you go over to my feed, it is super clear. I speak about the same things over and over. I think I have probably said this sentence in particular, probably 100, 200, 300 times at this point. And I have been consistent with this exact messaging for over 6 months now. And it's literally at the point where over the last 15 days, I have got 6 inquiries stories, just slide into my DMs about my one-to-one coaching program, because I'm so consistent and clear with my messaging. I help people to 2x their revenue while they take a whole extra day off in their business each week, aka making more and working less. I share this a lot. I'm sharing results my client got this year, and it's really specifically speaking to those points. I'm sharing about, there's so many here, how I just one of clients says it's not working, specifically around focusing in and simplifying, which is a lot of my message, how you can create consistent high cash months. There's a lot of things here where you can look and see straight away, okay, 2x my income in December, double their sales for the new year. That's very much the 2x kind of vibe there, and the 2x kind of messaging. But it's just so clear. If you look through this feed, you can see straight away, okay, I know exactly what she's going to help me with, doubling income, 0 to booking 3 sales calls, etc. So it's just really clear looking there. Okay, I can see exactly what she is talking about. I can see exactly, I can know her for something essentially, and I can then see her as an expert for something and someone I would want to hire. If I'm wanting to 2x my income, I'm the obvious person for them to go to because they've seen me talk about this 1,000 different times. So repetition is the key to having really clear messaging, and really clear messaging is the key to actually getting these results in the first place and getting these sales from Instagram in the first place. So the second thing I notice for reasons why people are not making sales on Instagram is this question. Wait, what are you even selling? I don't even know what you are selling. And this might sound crazy from your perspective, because from your perspective, someone who is fully involved in this, is noticing every single story, is thinking a lot about every single thing you put out, you can look at things and say, yeah, but I spoke about my offer 2 times this week. I spoke about it twice every single week for the last 6 months. People must know by now. This is social media. People are half paying attention. People are, not even remembering half of the stuff which they're seeing. So again, here, repetition is so important. And a lot of the times, yes, you might be sharing your offer, but people are still having that question of, wait, what are you even selling? I didn't even know you were selling something. I didn't even know there was a sale going on. Most of your audience has no clue what your offer is and why they actually need this. Just let that sink in for a moment. Most of your audience, most of the people who are listening to you on your Instagram stories, who are watching along all of your content and posts, they have no clue what your offer is or why they need this. They're missing one of these pieces. So we really want to make sure we actually are selling, and we actually are showing up and selling. So people fall into 2 camps here, and I want you to figure out which camp you are in. So firstly, people they won't sell much, and they will just hope that the next client reaches out about the life coaching because they shared inspirational quotes. So they just hope that their ideal client will assume, okay, I've seen some inspirational quotes, so clearly they must be doing some life coaching, so I'll send them a DM about it. I'll reach out about that. Or camp B, so the second type of person, which you may be, they just say what the offer is, they're sharing about their offer, and no one seems to care. They're saying, yep, I've got spaces open, I have one-to-one coaching spaces open, and no one cares. It's crickets, no one's signing up. So people usually, if they're having a problem with sales on Instagram, are falling into one of those 2 camps. So figure out which one you're in, because here is the solution for you. If you are, we got a nice little camp here. If you are camp A, I want to challenge you to sell every single day for the next month. Show up every day on Instagram and tell us about your offer every single day. This will be such a good habit for you to get into just in general. But this is so helpful because if you are selling every single day, your audience is not going to have this question. They're not going to have the question of what are you selling? They know what you're selling. They are fully certain on what you're selling. And then we can eliminate problem A. Problem A is just not a thing if you have actually been selling every single day. And then if you're still seeing that you're not getting the sales you want, it's really going towards B. So it's really helpful just to factually eliminate that and just eliminate that problem straight away. Sell every single day. If you know you're in camp B, then what you actually need to do is bridge the gap between the problem and the solution, because your people are not quite seeing that link yet. They're knowing, using a life coach an example, they're knowing that they are really unhappy with their lives. They're knowing that they have that problem. They're knowing they want some support with this. They're knowing that they're not where they want to be. You have this program which can really help them to get to wherever they want to be. But there's just not that bridge yet between, okay, I know I have this problem and I feel like this program can really help me with this. So they aren't even paying attention. They're not even focused in, and they're not even listening essentially when you are actually talking about your offer, because they don't care yet. They don't actually have the interest because they don't see that link between, okay, wait, this could actually be the thing for me. This could be the thing which helps me. In which case you're really wanting to bridge that gap and really just focus on that just conversation between linking that problem and solution. Why is this the perfect fit for them? Who is this the perfect fit for? Really speak to that specific person when you are doing that selling. So the third thing that I notice then, and this is such a big problem that I see in the online space for why people are not getting sales as much as they're wanting to or consistently from their Instagram, is you're changing your messaging every 30 days. Insert whatever number of days you need to here, but really, you are just switching up your messaging every so often. So 1 minute you are someone who helps people specifically to, using the life coach example again, one moment you are someone who helps people to get over breakups. The next moment you've completely rebranded and you're someone who helps people to, chase their biggest dreams in life. Another moment you are someone who helps people with their mindset and their doubts and their imposter syndrome. If you're changing your message, no one is going to see you as an expert. You are not an expert in anything if you're changing your messaging every single 30 days. You are just going to be known as someone who, okay, they used to be this, then they were this, then they were this, and now they're this again. And I think they're going to start talking about this because they've been leaning into that now. We want to actually be known for something. As I said, it's so powerful for that. So just repetition of the same message, getting people to actually know you for something and really speaking to your ideal client. They are then paying attention, and this is the piece which is going to actually get them listening to that sales pitch. It's going to get them actually paying attention when you are selling your offer, and it's going to take time always for people to get to know you for something, for people to see you as an expert. A lot of people, if you start with brand new messaging, or you've just started a business, for example, if you are just doing that for, 30 days and then you are waiting to see, where are the clients? I don't see any clients here at the moment. It can be so, so helpful for you to actually stick with that messaging, give it the time it needs. And then if you're, seeing that kind of any problems arising after those 30 days, that's the time to be looking at things. But really just put in those reps, just put in that time, stick with the same messaging for 30 days. And then if you're needing to switch this after, that is the time to be looking for that. But do not keep switching your messaging. It is harming you so, so much because people are just, not aware of what you're actually doing. They're not aware of what you're actually an expert in. It's really difficult for them to actually buy for you. So give it the time, put in the work for people to actually trust you with buying something. As I said, consistency is the name of the game here. This is the thing you are wanting to focus on above everything. Being consistent with your messaging, consistent with selling, consistent with how you're actually showing up so people can actually know you for something. Again, this applies to everything in your business, to be honest, but really posting every day will always win over ghosting your audience every few weeks or switching your messaging every 30 days. That is not what you want to be doing. You are building momentum as you are posting, as you are talking about a certain message, and as you're doing this, sales is becoming easier and easier every single day. So you want to really treat today as the seed that you are planting for 3 months' time. You are not worried at the moment about, what is going to be happening right now, but really just look at your messaging, everything you're saying, every time you're, going back to this, every time you are repeating that messaging about doubling income, every time you're talking about simplicity, as I do a lot, really you are just planting seeds there and you are being known for something and becoming an expert. And that is when sales becomes easier and easier over time. So today you are showing up and planting the seed for 3 months' time, and you want to make sure you're just being consistent with that. That is really just the name of the game. That is the answer when it comes to actually making more sales on your Instagram. So those are the 3 reasons. Let me know in the comments which one applies to you, what shifts you are going to be making. And I challenge you right now to be consistent for the next 30 days with selling and with your messaging, and really just get hyper focused on being known for something.